morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Leslie. If you haven't been here before, you've wandered across my little corner of the internet. And so today we are going to do some sublimation. I need a little bag for traveling to keep my puffers in my purse, and I want a new spring mouse pad. So here we go, guys. Now let me stress, I used sublimation ink on sublimation paper in a sublimation printer. It is not just a sublimation printer. It is the Epson 2760 that I have only used for sublimation. I did not go out and buy a specifically created sublimation printer. Now, I have given these a quick little press with the heat press so that any moisture is gone. And then I went ahead and I printed out with Cricut Design Space these two little characters. Now, when you print out on Cricut Design Space, it gives you the cut line options so that the machine could cut out our characters, but I cut them off because if you do not, being sublimation ink, they are of course going to go ahead and print onto our pouch. So in order for this to work properly, we are just going to turn it upside down, and I have some heat tape here, and I'm just going to tape it where I want it. Now, if you are one of the lucky souls who got any kind of heat press, whether it be the Autopress like we're using today or the Easy Press, you can do this project keeping in mind that you want to, just hang on one second, no. Got a bubble there, guys. Let me do it this way. Let me take it off of here, stick this down, and go like this. There we go. You want to ensure that you have proper ventilation because sublimation gives off very strong gases. And of course, I should mention that before I sublimate, I take my roller and I roll over it, my lint roller, so that I don't have any issues. Now, we are using a sorry guys, mouse pad. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn it like this. Ooh. I think I need to grab a wipe and wipe the back. There's little. I'm not sure what all over the back of it, but there we go. And we'll just lay it down where I want it. Now, the design I picked came from Creative Fabrica. And yes, it will print very dull. But when it gets onto these items, these prints will be nice and vivid. So let's take our mouse pad, and I want to be sure, my picture's a little bigger, but I want to be sure that I catch the horns of our Highland cow. So let's do it this way. Let me make sure that I am lined up at the top here the way that I want to be. I am not so worried about catching the Easter eggs. And I'll tell you guys why. Because this, for me, is going to be more than just an Easter mouse pad. It is going to be my spring summer. So catching the Easter eggs is not that important, I want to be sure to have the Highland cow. Now, if you choose a design and it's your first time sublimating, remember that upon choosing the design, if you have any kind of directional item, such as a font, you want to be sure to go ahead and mirror your image. Do not forget that, guys, because that will cause it, of course, to show backwards. And trust me, you could make the cutest mouse pad in history, but once it's on there backwards, it's on there backwards. I'm looking around because I did make that mistake. Just hang on one sec. All right, guys, so the advice given from Jennifer Maker in our Sublimation cookbook, this is not an ad for that, it is just a resource that I love using, is to do our mouse pad at 400 degrees for 45 seconds, and this is in Fahrenheit, and to do our little bag at 395 degrees for 45 seconds. Our bag is 4.5 inches by 6.9 inches, and our mouse pad is 9.5 by 7.9, and both came as part of a sublimation kit off of Amazon. So I will have a look, and if it is still available, because I did get it quite a while ago, I will post the link. But I am sure that you can find tons of them available. And depending where you buy your Autopress, Easy Press, whatever kind of press you choose, they usually give you some kind of sample to work with. Now, I'm going to pause you and swing you around, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we have heated up to 395 for 45 seconds. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to very rudely step in front of the camera for a sec and just turn my screen a bit. There we go. So, this is our Autopress, and I have placed parchment paper on it. I went for the 395 first, of course, and that one is for, oh my goodness, 45 seconds, so that's perfect. And it is our little bag. We place our bag on top of the parchment paper, so if there is any blowout, we can go ahead and we can collect it on the parchment paper and not on the pillow to our Easy Press, because it would transfer over to our next project. Sorry about the crinkly paper. I am going to put parchment paper in here also. I forgot to do this, but it will help to protect the other side of the bag. So we placed it on there. We placed some more parchment paper over the top. And we are ready to go. So let me push the button. And here we go. There we go. Lock down. And it will count down automatically to 45. Keep in mind, lots of ventilation, okay? And it just takes a few seconds, and we should have a nicely printed bag. is there any other advice I can give you about sublimation? I would say always pick best quality for the print, no matter what program you are using, so that you get a nice sublimation detailed print. There we go. Now I'm going to take this off. Ooh, and you can see, or at least I can see, some of the gases coming off. And I am just going to grab this and we will set it aside. I will double check first to be sure. Okay. And now we are going to set our mouse pad on here. We will set it with the picture side up. We will turn the temperature of our Autopress, up to 400. We'll give it a few seconds to preheat. And it will be at 45 seconds also. Keep in mind how extremely hot these come out. Now, if you look at this one, hang on one second. There we go. You cannot, or you can see the detail of the sublimation through the paper, and that's okay. Do not panic. That is a good sign. Now, let's get this one started. Once again, we just push down. Yours may be like the heat press I used to have, where you push the button and it came down. You know, they're all different styles. You could do the normal heat press where you set the pressure and stuff. However, I was never any good at that. So an auto press for me is the best thing ever. And once it pops up, I will grab it and double check that it has indeed transferred. And then I will turn my machine off and I will unplug it. I never, ever, ever leave my machine plugged in when I walk away from this basement. None of my machines, actually. Okay, we have sublimated, so I will move it over there and let it start cooling off. And I will show you. That is the neoprene. That is why we keep... Sorry, I don't want to reuse that. That is why we keep these things covered, so that we never have a mess. So give me 1 second here. I have turned it off and I will unplug it. And I'm turning you guys around, so just give me 1 second. And I'll bring you back over to the table. Okay, guys, we are ready to reveal our prints. So here we go. I've allowed it quite a bit of time to cool off. These mouse pads get very hot. So here we go. This is how it looks once you are done sublimating. It's even duller, okay? Because there we go. All the sublimation ink has come onto my bag. And look at the vivid colors. I love this. It's going to be perfect for my inhalers. So now we have our little neoprene mouse pad, which, guys, guys, is still warm. Okay, so let's peel this one off and I will show you this. This is what it looks like now. Even duller. See, there's at the bottom a good comparison of the before and after. Okay, so let's get rid of this. And here we go. Don't you love this for a spring, summer, Easter type of mouse pad? I certainly do. So guys, here is how our projects turned out today. Please, please, please keep in mind, I cannot stress this enough, ventilation and unplugging whatever heat source you're using soon as you're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a, I don't know, confusing, all over the place type of video. I'll turn this so that you guys can see. I'm going to call it the Highland. Like that, and then this one. Don't you just love sublimation? It is the best. It is simple. It is straightforward. And you can have a lot of fun with it. All right, guys. Take care and have a great weekend. And I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.